A woman catches her husband in a non-sexual emotional affair. She tells him it's worse than a non-emotional sexual affair. Do you agree? Why or why not?
That's the iffy one for me because I like to get on the woman's good side. So I'm gonna remember your birthdays, your all the good stuff. I remember all those important things. So if I get caught, I'm like, it still don't mean nothing for me. Now, I'll say this, it only becomes an issue if I remember her birthday, but forget yours. I remember when I first talking to her, but forget our anniversary. Now that's the problem there. Then okay, I'm really emotional attached to her versus you. But
Correct.
but you have to. I mean, that would like that's for me. Me personally, each man is different. But for me, that it'll be more. It'll take more than that to be like I'm emotionally attached to that girl because I'll say whatever make it sound good. While I get the draws, I don't care. If you put me in that friend zone, I will play that friend zone part all the way to the T. Because I'm still doing my thing over here with whoever else, whatever. Okay, I'm in your friend zone. I'll be in your friend zone. I remember your birthdays. I remember the holiday. I remember your ex-boyfriend. He did you dirty XYZ. I'll be that comforter for you. I'll do all that. Oh. And then once I get it, I'm out.
But if you're in the friend zone, why are you even getting it? Because you're a friend. My friend zone guy stayed in the friend. I told you I had a guy who basically broke up our friendship because he said he'd basically been waiting around for years and realized that it was never going to be. And I was like, I don't know when you ever thought we would be together, because I made it very clear it was never going to happen. You're not my type. Like, it's never going to be. So for me, then you weren't really in the friend zone. So let me tell you, funny enough, my story. My story with why my friend broke up with me. So, you know, we all know I have not been in a relationship since last year. I've also not had relations since last year when I left my ex. This is in March of 2023. It's been a long time. So he takes me on a business trip because he hired me to do an event for him. And while we're on this trip, he starts drinking and he's texting me that he wants to go back to my room and give me not sex, but he wants to eat my woo-ha, okay? And I'm very sober because I don't drink, and I'm like, no, thank you. Like, no, thank you. And he's insisting. Now, granted, he's paid for my entire trip. He's paid for my flight. He paid for my Uber. He paid for, and he's also paying me for my services, which I was emceeing the entire event. I do a good job. So he now is saying all of that. I say no. We come back, and he basically sends me a breakup text of, I've been waiting, you know, I've seen the men you dated, and here I am, and you won't give me none. Well, you are a friend. I don't know what you're waiting for, because I made it clear to you that you are friends, and it doesn't matter what you do. I don't want to be with you. And at this point, this was in April, it had been over a year since I had sex, and never once to get weak. I have Amazon Prime.
See, the difference in that scenario, he tried to buy it. We bought your plane ticket, took you on a trip, did all this. He tried to buy it. That's the difference. Now, that's the true definition of a simp. He tried to buy it. That's what he did. And that's why it fell for him. And that's why his feelings were hurt, because he spent all that money expecting him to get something in return.
As Jack Spade said, now, if you two weren't friends, was the patty woo-ha a decent possibility?
We need answers. That was a question. I said question mark. What's the answer?
I love our viewers. That was patty woo-ha is my new thing. It still wouldn't have been a possibility, because when I don't want you, I don't want you, and you're never going to catch me in a weak moment, because I'm never that weak. I'm able to control my nether region. And so no, Jack Spade, the patty woo-ha would have still not been a possibility because I didn't want you. Because again, if I wanted you, you wouldn't be a friend. You'd be someone who I'd be open to pursuing me to give you the patty woo-ha. So I don't take my men friends out of the friend area and put them in a relationship until or unless I feel like we have. And when I'm not, y'all know, Mr. be telling me about my 6'7" list. Okay, y'all know I like my man to look a certain way, be a certain height, and he was 5'8", and it was never going to happen. I will buy a dog and die alone.
See, that was scary right there. The fact that he was 5'8", and he probably knew that too.
Then he knew that. He's seen all the men I dated.
Yeah. So I'm glad that friendship is over because some people go crazy afterwards.